Are you proud of me?
Hey guys, welcome to the new episode of Video Game Losers. This is a special episode. I'm actually calling this one a shorty. Because see, the last few weeks you've noticed on That New Toy Smell and Video Game Losers we've had some long episodes covering Funkies and Skylanders and Lego Dimensions and Disney Infinity. Those were some long episodes, so we're going to try to even things out here with a shorter episode, much more simple episode. We're going to be taking a look at the Tiger Electronics handheld Transformers Generation 2 LCD game. This is a throwback. This was originally released in the 90s and they've re-released it now, available at GameStop and I think maybe Amazon, and it might be showing up in a couple other places, but it's one of these things I wanted to get my hands on. I grew up playing these LCD games, and I wanted you to experience what it was like for me to game on the go when I was growing up. Because
I've had a Game Boy.
Yeah, not the same experience at all. So first, just a little bit, real quick, the LCD technology. It's a liquid crystal display. Stop that. It's a liquid crystal display, and basically what that means is there's a very thin layer with these crystal particles in it, and they're aligned a certain way, and there's a polarized layer that will only allow light to move a certain way through it. And so, depending on how those crystals are aligned in there, light is either going through or not going through when an electrical charge is put through it. So you press a button and it can turn off the electrical charge, and then light can move through, or you press the button and it switches the other way and it blocks the light from going through. So basically it's making the polarity, I guess, whatever, of these crystal particles shift, and it'll block the light or let the light through, and that's why everything's black and white on these LCD displays. So if you've ever had, a basic pocket calculator that's had the black and white screen, then that's, the basic idea.
Black and white, it's kind of black and puke green.
Well, yeah, okay, a lot of those calculators are not, although the newer ones, I guess, are black and silver.
And also this.
Gray, whatever. But anyway, I wanted to get this one especially because I was curious about what was it like to actually play these things. Like, I remember playing these a lot, but it was all we had at the time, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. Could I play it again? Could I still enjoy it? Could you find enjoyment on it? So, first of all, I want to know what you had a hard time playing this.
I didn't understand. Okay, my biggest issue with it is that aside from the booklet, it doesn't tell you the controls. There's not even like a panel on the side that displays it to you. And so I had trouble realizing
they're labeled. It says convert and attack.
No. So then, because what does call do? I pressed it a bunch of times, nothing happened. So that's cool. It's apparently supposed to call for backup from another Autobot.
Right, but there's a chart in the instructions at the right time. You press the button, which is when I handed it to you with the instructions.
That you set over to the side.
You were eating lunch, and you set them down, and then you picked up the toy, left the instructions, and then you were mad because you couldn't figure out how to play the game.
Anyway, you also have to, when you transform into the truck, you have to hold down left for a good second before you actually start moving, which took me a bit to realize because I was like, it's not going. It's not going.
Oh, you thought you would just tap it and he would start moving? You didn't realize you'd have to hold it down?
Because that's how every other button works in this. You don't have to hold down the attack button.
Well, yeah, but you're driving. Like you want to keep going. Well, yeah, you're gonna hold it down.
You just you press go. You go to the next line.
It's like a driving game. You're gonna hold down the gas button to go.
I don't want to play a driving game.
All right. Well, anyway, when I was a kid, you know, this is what we had as far as games. I had a Game & Watch.
Sorry.
Hey, Game & Watch.
That's coming back. Oh, that's the guy from Smash Brothers.
I had Mario Cement Factory on Game & Watch. Loved that. Played it all the time. I had a watch with the LCD screens. I had one for Batman and I had one for Tetris that I could play the games on. I love those. I would play them all the time.
What Batman game?
I think it was Batman Returns, maybe, off the second movie. Maybe it was the first movie.
There's been a lot of Batman second movies.
This was back in the early 90s.
So Dark Knight Rises?
No, that's the 2000s. 20 years before that. It's the one where Mr. Mom played Batman. That doesn't help him at all. But the thing was, like, I would play something like this, and I would love these games, and I would play them, and someone would come along with their newfangled Game Boy, or something like that, and they would be like, I can't believe you would game on something like this.
Yeah.
Or I'd be playing on my watch, and they're like, ugh, I can't believe you would, like dirty yourself to play one of these, cheap little games, these LCD games. But the thing was, I just wanted to game. Like, whatever it takes to game. Like I don't care. Like, nowadays, you've got a whole lot of options. In my day, you didn't have a lot of options. You had something like this that ran, I want to say, like $15, $10, something like that. Or you had to spend $100 to get a Game Boy. So a Game Boy was one of those things you would get for, like, Christmas.
Yeah.
But it wasn't something that you would, like, save up your allowance for, like, a month or so, or mow a couple lawns and go pick one up. This was the type of thing that you could go pick up. Save up some coins and go grab one of these things. So, even though the gameplay was basic, I still enjoyed it. And here's some footage of me playing it with the original sounds. I tried to keep everything else around me quiet as I played, and did get a little frustrated in a couple parts. You might hear me starting to breathe a little heavy and like get a little angry. But nonetheless, here's what the game sounds like.
Beat it?
Yes, actually I did. I got all the way.
Wow.
But there's only like 4 levels, so.
Good job on beating the easy video game from 40 years ago.
No. 30.
Well, yeah, well, you
well, 25. It was like 25 years ago.
So 40.
So anyway, but can you see any enjoyment in playing something like this?
If I was living 25 years ago and I was 12, then sure. But nowadays, I'd still rather just play something like Minecraft or
okay, but you can't. I mean, what if you're in a situation where
well, then
like you're driving in the back of a van, you're not allowed to have a laptop. You don't have something like that.
I think I probably have more fun just like doing this as I run down the drive.
But you don't do that now
because I have other stuff for enjoyment.
So if I take away your phone, you're gonna start doing that? Like
probably. Yeah.
I don't think so. I think you're a liar.
All right, let's bet.
I think you're a liar. Anyway, I think these games, like, I found myself playing this for quite a while today. I ran through this game probably about 4 or 5 times this afternoon. I can keep playing this.
I played 20 minutes.
I mean, this is one of the things that's weird about this though is that it's Transformers Generation 2. When you look through the instructions and the writing, I think on the package, it's like the original text. It keeps saying like this second generation video game or the second generation, whatever. Because Generation 2, it just means they redesigned and re-released the figures with new colors and stuff. But they keep calling it the second generation video game, whatever. There was no first generation handheld thing that I know of.
Was there a third and a fourth?
Well, Beast Wars, I guess, is third. I don't know. So that was kind of weird that they kept like all the original wording, even the wording that didn't make sense on all that stuff. But I still enjoyed it, and I still kept playing it like over and over and over and over. And even when I would die, here's the other weird thing. If you look at the package and you look at the artwork on this thing, you can see that it's Optimus Prime versus his #1 nemesis, Starscream. Like, Megatron is his main nemesis. Starscream is not. That's Megatron's lackey. So the fact that they have Starscream on there instead of Optimus Prime was always a weird choice. Never quite understood that. And the artwork that they use for Optimus Prime and Starscream is the Generation 1 original clip art from like 1983 or whatever. So really, a lot of odd choices.
Isn't this the second generation though?
Apparently, but not really. Anyway, like I said, I think it's worth it. I think it's some fun nostalgia. They're fairly cheap. I forget what the other ones are. There's 3 of them. One of them, though, was like Little Mermaid. And I forget what the third one was that I saw. I think it's like X-Men, maybe. So if you're more of an X-Men fan, maybe you want to pick up that one.
One thing I can say about it, though, is that the buttons are very clicky. They feel good. They make a solid sound.
And it's Tiger Electronics, and they're great!
Stop.
Because it's a Tiger.
Stop.
The electronics thing.
You need some help.
But next week, we're going to be taking a look at the game The Messenger, right? Is that what it's called?
Sure.
Yeah. The Messenger, which is one of his favorite new games, so we're going to be taking a look at that. The week after on Video Game Losers, we're going to be taking a look at one of my collections, because I specifically collect a particular type of video game, and we're going to be taking a look at that because I posted a picture of it on Reddit. People on Reddit started sending me more copies of games from my collection, and there's actually a chance, I'm going to have to look into it, but because of the specific genre of video game that I collect, I might have a Guinness World Record collection of this particular type of game.
Are you serious?
Yeah, maybe.
Cool. I'm famous now.
I have to check into that. So not a Guinness World Record for collecting video games, because the people, those guys who chase that down have rooms and rooms full of stuff. But for this particular genre, I might have the biggest collection. So we will take a look at that in 2 weeks. So don't forget, though, that new toy smell this Saturday. If you want to get a hold of us, you can email us at the addresses below. You can call our 24-hour voicemail line. You can find him on his own YouTube channel and also on Twitch.
And speaking of Twitch, I'll be live streaming the Messenger's DLC this week. So
okay, and then you can find me on my own YouTube channel if you're not already watching here, and also on my Twitch. I will be streaming the new 7 Days to Die. It updated again, so now it's 19.1. So I'll do some streaming of that, and also I've got to play The Messenger so I can figure out what the heck this game is, so we can talk about it. So I'll be doing some streaming of that in the next week as well. So that's gonna do it for me and you.
yeah,
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
I just beat the second level. Are you proud of me?
For the first time in my life, I am.
Don't touch me.
What the? Is that? Oh, no. No. Oh, hell no.
No.
Flawless victory.